Hello and welcome to DIY with the Scouting House. I'm Leslie Scouten, and today I'm going to show you a few tips for applying your vinyl decals to acrylic, glass, or mirrors. Once you've removed the vinyl from the backer paper, we're going to determine the center of the design. Now, if your design came in one piece, I do recommend cutting it into multiple horizontal pieces. It just makes it a lot easier to manage when we're applying it to the acrylic or glass. Now, to find the center, you want to fold the transfer paper, not completely, but you can see that I'm lining up this line of the letters, and then I'm going to make a crease right here to determine the center. Now we're going to place it on the acrylic sticky side up because we're not ready to permanently place it. This is just to decide where on the acrylic it's going to go. So I'm working with a 16 by 20 piece of acrylic, and now that I have my crease, I know to put it at 10 inches. If you don't have a gridded mat, you'll just use a ruler to determine the center spot of your piece of acrylic. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the last two lines. So now that I've determined the placement of my designs, I'm going to make marks on my acrylic that will help me when I flip it over to place the vinyl on the acrylic. You want to make sure that you use a marker or a pen, pencil, something that can be removed from the acrylic once you're finished with the design. So here I'm going to mark the end of the design. Both places. Also make markers here at the bottom of the design. And do the same thing with the second piece. So lining it up with our markers. And we'll use a squeegee to press out the bubbles. And then gently begin to remove the transfer paper. Now that we've finished placing the vinyl onto the acrylic, we want to clean off those marker spots that we used earlier. If you are using acrylic instead of glass, be sure to use a cleaner that is specific for acrylic. Using something like Windex on acrylic can actually scratch the acrylic. That's it for this edition of DIY with the Scouting House. Be sure to check us out at thescoutinghouse.com for more home decor and DIY signs.